Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection, Daily Inventory, and chance to remember to take a breath, something like that. So I hope everybody had that amazing day today. My name is Jamie. Did I say that? It's only polite. I don't know, but again, good morning, Angelina. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, everybody. So I am glad to say that not a whole lot is going on today. Yesterday was good. I had things that needed to be figured out at work, and it was a lot of fun to do that. Sometimes it's fun to have that adrenaline rush where somebody else makes a mistake and you get to that means you can go in there and have fun actually fixing it instead it's like panicking when we make the mistake, and then we get to make other people feel better because just by saying, "Oh, it's okay, I've done it too." So, but this is our chance to check in with the universe today before we get our day rolling and rocking. Take that breath. Listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Which reminds us to take that breath and that extra sip of coffee. So I'm trying to learn how to enjoy coffee without cream and sugar in the mornings. So my last doctor's appointment, I had gained quite a bit of weight and lost muscle. Comes with the aging process, I guess. But for the past month, I've been doing the fasting thing, where you go 12 hours without eating, and I have lost and writing down what you eat. But I have to say that I ended up losing more weight than I thought I would. It's like I actually need to kind of start slowing down with that. It's a shocker, but the 12-hour fasting thing does work with me. So, but now I'm drinking my coffee in the mornings without cream and sugar to bring it all back around. And I drink coffee purely for effect, which means I like cream and sugar. So, and with that said, and that extra breath, my feet are happen to be flat on the floor. Not sure where yours are, but I'm rolling my ankles because all that feels so good. And then my butt's doing the kitty dance. Then checking in with the breath and the shoulders, the neck. Getting into that mode, doing the light switch. That says it's time to check in with the universe. See if we have any angers or resentments or anything. If you drink coffee black, you can always get it the way you like it. Yeah, you. Well, I'm drinking. So Mina had told me, I think I brought this up before, about the mocha pot, MOKA, which is Italian espresso, and the coffee is so good. It's like, okay, I can live without it. Without the cream and sugar, I just don't enjoy it as much. So, then what am I going to do first here? I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path. This conversation is going to be a totally different path from this one. And the question is, which stack do I want to pull? Which path do we want to go down? And today, I'm drawn towards the center, or what I like to think of as things that are right at the heart. So I'm going to do our 3 and 1. and flipping each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. So, the first card. Ooh, we are jumping right into justice. So, what is justice then? Here we see this particular justice, just like we have on our capital, just like you see in statues in Italy. We have the justice with, but ours here in the tarot is not blindfolded. Ours can see things clearly. So, what is justice? It's not about the law. It's not about legal. It's not about, police coming for you or going to court. Justice is where we see things clearly, where we weigh things in the scale to see what the true facts are. We don't let emotions get in our way as we are trying to understand something. That's why justice's sword is straight compared to a king's, where a king is going to be able to insert their own opinion. So what's the next card then? It is the Three of Swords. So when we have the Three of Swords, one sword's our idea, two swords are our choices. When we get the Three of Swords, swords being our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties, and we're trying to make this choice. We're trying to see things clearly. But if we wait too long sometimes, that third sword comes in. And sometimes that third sword, sometimes we wait for something to make the choice for us, or we wait too long to make a choice, or we're just not comfortable with whatever that third choice is. So when we're justice and we start seeing things for the way they are, sometimes we're just not comfortable with it. Maybe even we just decide not to decide, and then waiting for the choice to be made for us. But let's see what the next card is. It is the Star. So we have our two majors. And I tell you what, with this deck, since it doesn't actually list what the names of the cards are, kind of makes you pause for a second, like, am I being correct? But with the Star card, when that comes up, the Star is about faith, it's about hope, it's about guidance, because the Star is something that we followed, for thousands of years as guidance. It's how we sail our ships, and we know which is a permanent north, and we have faith, we have hope, when we're following that star. We wish upon a star. But with the Star and with the Justice card, it's the Justice card, we're seeing things for the way they are. When we get the Star, we're hoping that things go the way we want. It's kind of almost like closing our eyes and just hoping, because the Star is not an action. Hope is not an action. Faith, well, that can be an action, but, are we basing our faith on the reality, on truth? It's like we get that Three of Swords and we can hope things get better. But, it's much better if we have this, where it'd be like, I hope things get better. We see the reality for what it is, and we open our eyes with the Justice. But instead, we're doing the opposite. We know what's going on, and we see where it's leading us. If I don't pay this bill, then I'm going to have to pay an extra $35. Well, hopefully I'll get it paid in time, but it's like I'm depressed and I don't feel like paying the bill right now. It's those actions where sometimes we have inaction. We see things, we know we should be doing it, but for whatever reason, sometimes, if it's a relationship and we get up in our head, we know what we should do, but we know it's also going to make somebody upset, right? So we hope that it just blows over. We see these things, we hope that things just get better, and they don't. Or they might, because we still have the advice card. But the main thing is just recognizing that we need to take an action before something makes that choice for us, which is why this card's at the center. Let's see what the advice card is. Wasn't the Ace of Coins? No, it was a Page of Coins, I think, yesterday. But I think we just had the Ace of Coins again. Out of 78 cards, we really do get a lot of the same cards here. So, with the Ace of Coins, sometimes it is about taking a step back and just starting over. Not just hoping things get better, but maybe we can use our knowledge that we have. We've gained it. We see the way things are, but we sometimes don't do what we know we should, when we have a choice. You know, we have our options, we have our choices. Sometimes on a task list at the office, we might put something at the bottom because we don't feel like doing it, and we hope that it gets better, but we know that while we're hoping, it's just not getting better. But with the Ace of Coins again, the universe this week seems to be saying, are we grounded? Are we actually taking the time to see things for the way they are by taking a step back? Taking a step back. And then each day maybe doing that fresh start that says, all right, I'm going to see things clearly. Am I avoiding something and just hoping it gets better? The Ace of Coins is saying now, ground yourself first, then see things for the way they are, and try not to avoid what we want to avoid today, whether it's dealing with relationships, it's all that stuff, whatever it is that we get into our head. So today it's about seeing what we're avoiding and then taking an action by stepping back and getting grounded. And with that, once again, I hope everybody has that amazing, amazing day, amazing evening, wherever you happen to be. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Thank you and take care.